For my next batch of articles, I'm here to let everybody know Bungie is not playing with you bitch-ass cheaters. Bungie plans to permanently ban marathon cheaters. Marathon's official launch is just over a week away. Oh my God, Resident Evil's coming out too. And Bungie has a strong message for any would-be cheaters. Anyone caught cheating in a game will be immediately banned on Marathon. Shout out to Black Shogun with the sub. Wait, he's bald in the back of that wig? He was. Oh shit. Shout out to Ariel with the super chat. He said, can you get arrested for snatching someone's hairpiece? I don't know. That's a good question. Shout out to Queese with the super chat as well too. Anyone found to be cheating will be permanently banned from playing Marathon forever. No second chances, wrote Bungie on Twitter. Despite the promise of no second chances, Bungie also said that no system is perfect, so we will have an appeal system to monitor for any issues in detection. And if you do suspect foul play, please report in-game or through online reports forms. I hope, however, like you report people, it's a human reporting the footage, because it could just be somebody who's really good at the games, got like godlike aim, and then somebody reports them for cheating. If there's a bot that just auto bans reports, that's gonna be terrible. But if people are reviewing it, whatever. Bungie also has laid out some of the actions and features it's created to catch cheaters. You telling the Opsho plan? What the hell? The Fog of War, for example, will limit the regions of a map that individual players are aware of in order to reduce wall hacks and ESP cheats and loot revealers. I don't know what the fuck that means, bro. According to Bungie, its dedicated Marathon service closely monitors players' movement, shooting, actions, and inventory. That will allow the service to recognize when players are attempting to use cheats like teleporting or unlimited ammo. No network or security model can guarantee perfection, reads a statement from Bungie, but we are committed to protecting the Marathon competitive experience and ensuring everyone has their fair chance at exfiltrating with a backpack full of sweet loot. Composer Ryan Lott and Bungie auto directors Chase Combs were recently featured in a mini documentary about their time creating the sound and music for Marathon. They're just yapping. That's good to hear that integrity of the game is a priority for them. It's just a matter of what's the quality of the game. Is it good? This is something Watts brought up in the latest podcast at youtube.com/GI updates. I said on the podcast, one of the issues with Xbox right now and going forward is they lack identity. Ever since they gave away all their exclusives and they haven't been making new exclusives for a new generation, they lack identity. And then the Game Pass made it even worse because they jacked up the price. And she suggested maybe they focus on, security, console security. Like they dedicate themselves to not being able to find cheaters better than PlayStation. And now I wanted to ask that. I wanted to bring that up on stream. Would that be a selling point for you if you're like primarily a console gamer? If Xbox came out and said, we will make sure we keep it down to like at most 5%. Like we're going to make sure 95% of these Cronus Zen users, we're going to get them the fuck out of here. Like they found some way to detect shit so that like Xbox will become the premier platform for integral online gaming, basically. I'm so good off of that. Yes. W Ethos email. Yeah, he finally submitted his shit. No, I hate all Microsoft products. I feel that. I think the change gives them an out to be focused on exclusivity. If Phil announced it, nobody will take it seriously. That's fair. The problem is the new CEO hasn't came out and said anything about games, and then they already put up her profile. She don't really be playing games like that either. I think the change gives them. I think that's only an issue for ball and gun competitive gamers. Yeah, but you're not keeping in mind. So here, this is why I bring this up. This is why I bring it up, and I say it could potentially be, if the marketing sells it correctly, having the best security on console could be a selling point. It's in an article that I showcased the other day. I'm trying to think. PlayStation. Here we go. So I covered this the other day. Most PlayStation 5 owners have been playing the same game since 2022. So you're saying it's mostly an issue with ball and gun gamers. So the top 5 best-selling games in 2025, 2024, 2023, 2022 have essentially all been the same shit. Fortnite, Call of Duty, GTA, Roblox, Minecraft. Fortnite, Call of Duty, GTA, Roblox, Minecraft. Fortnite, GTA, Call of Duty, Minecraft. GTA, Fortnite, Call of Duty, Apex. So when you say, I think that's only a problem for ball and gun gamers, these are the best selling games. There was a comment on one of my TikToks because somebody was on my IG reel, because I was talking about how PlayStation niggas don't buy games, and he was like, well, why is it the best selling console? What the fuck do you guys buy? I stand on it. You niggas don't buy games. If what I say don't apply, let it fly. Statistically speaking, PlayStation niggas don't buy games. You guys buy microtransactions. You do spend money, but you don't buy games. Ghost of Yote should be on this fucking list. That's what I mean. I'm not saying you don't play your platform. I'm saying a lot of you are ball and gun gamers. You don't support the industry that you complain about all the fucking time, even though there's a lot of great options out there. So when you see this list, don't be surprised when there's less and less exclusives for your PlayStation. This is why Sony keeps rolling the dice on Concord 1, Concord 2, Concord 3, Concord 4. It's because maybe not you. I'd take an educated guess. If you are watching my stream or you're watching my clips on one of my social media platforms, you are more than likely a hardcore gamer. You watch streams like this, you read the IGNs, the Kotakus, the GameSpots, you probably watch other like game reviewers and stuff. You are an anomaly. But your homeboy, they got 20 builds in 2K. And there's a lot of homeboys like that. That's who I'm talking about. So like, that's why I said, if Xbox came out and they marketed themselves correctly as being the premier console for console integrity for like esports, it could be a selling point. Absolutely. This is what these niggas play. Especially if they come out with some analytics saying, oh, on the PS5, you're 80% likely to run into a cheater. On the Xbox, it's a 5% chance. You don't think that would sell? You don't think that would sell? If they found some type of algorithm that's built into the hardware, like because we know they want to use AI, they use some type of AI proprietary technology that is exclusive to the Xbox, and they market it correctly, ball and gun gamers are gonna lose it. What? Call of Duty's back, bro. Absolutely gonna fucking lose it, bro. At the kernel level, yep. Because I mean, they're trying to implement AI. That's all I was saying. Now, that wouldn't be a sole reason to buy an Xbox, in my opinion. I think they're also gonna need exclusives. But if they had exclusives, if they had a new holy trinity, 3 new big exclusives, the best security on console, and maybe a couple more quality of life features, I think they could come back. It's just they need to think more about how they can help the consumer. If you 30 plus playing Roblox, I'm checking your hard drive. That is very concerning considering the average gamer is 35 years old. This game's a little bit too high. Statistically speaking, one of your homeboys in the chat is playing best dressed on Roblox. You just don't know. That nigga is appearing offline. If you ever wonder why your homeboy is appearing offline all the time, it's because he's playing best dressed on Roblox. That's what he's doing. I'm about to make a bad bitch, bruh. And do your thing, bro. Like what you like. Your homeboy at 6 p.m. logs into the park and plays 2K with you, and he plays dress up with his My Player. Then at 9 p.m. when you get off the game, he boots up Roblox and plays best dressed and plays dress up with another avatar in fucking Roblox. And these be the first niggas that call you all types of crazy shit. It'd be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. You got a certain type of game you like. I got a homie, he 32 kids, be on Xbox and play Roblox. That's different if you playing with your kids. That's different. But I don't know, just food for thought. Because I was talking about on the podcast, with all this Xbox drama going on, anybody can dunk on them. Like, it's easy to have a conversation and say, oh man, Xbox is failing. That shit is trash. But I can't stress enough when I'm saying that, like, I don't want them to fail, because I don't want to live in a world where only PlayStation exists. We're all going to hell, trust me. So I think it's also important to, provide solutions. Try to find balance in the conversation. That's why it may not be the best idea, but I'm just throwing ideas out there, because you never know who's going to see one of my videos. You never know who's going to see one of your videos, one of your tweets or something like that. So like, I'm just throwing suggestions out there because I don't want them to get the fuck up out the way. But anyways, what else I got for you? 007 First Light aims to channel Batman Arkham free flow combat with Uncharted spectacle. James Bond has never been shy to get his knuckles bloody, and IO Interactive's First Light, the rookie M16 agent, will have the opportunity to get into several scraps. This makes for a big departure from IO's work on the Hitman World of Assassination trilogy, where combat was always seen as a last resort. as the studio has been inspired by some of the greatest action games of all time for its Bond origin story. Taking a few pages from Arkham and Uncharted's playbook, the studio is aiming to create a combat system that's fast, furious, and flows into cinematic set pieces. And I'm here to let you know, I like to hear that. Because one thing I was worried about with this game is, it looked like Hitman with a 007 coat of paint. I know a lot of people that are big fans of Hitman. I can acknowledge that. And I'll go as far as to say I think they're good games. But Hitman just never resonated with me personally. It's not my cup of tea. So I was hoping that they, inched a little bit away from that. And this article made me happy to know that they are. What are the references here? What other games that do this well on the same scale and the same kind of scope of this game? Obviously, we have some references there in approach to close combat, gameplay's director said to Game Informer. I think you see the Arkham games, you see those games in it. You also see modern takes on destructibility in the environment that are not necessarily from the Arkham games, but newer takes like Uncharted. We have a deeper system than that because we want to do more of it. And from shooting, you see references that are also from modern games. So they said it's deeper than that shit, bro. It's deeper than that. Groff added that the main takeaway that any path should be viable for a player, whether that be fisticuffs, stealth, or using Bond's smooth talking skills and gadgets to escape a dangerous situation. So you're gonna play any kind of way you want. That's cool. We want to set the player up to choose for himself what kind of player you are. What kind of play style do you prefer? I prefer a stealthy playthrough until I get caught, then I'll just air that bitch out. That's how I like to play when I'm given the option. Originally scheduled to launch, now they're just yapping at this point. Oh, did he say it in this interview? Oh, it's a quote from it. Okay, whatever. If you want to watch the full interview, I'll drop the link in the chat. That's good to hear. That's a W, in my opinion. I'm excited for this. Yeah, I just hope it's optimized. I just hope it's optimized. Ow, bro, it's too hard. The freak. And nobody cares news. Assassin's Creed franchise announces new leadership. A new leadership team has been announced for the AC franchise, including a head of brand, a head of content, and a head of production excellence. Since the announcement of Ubisoft's restructuring and the future of Assassin's Creed franchise, fans have been waiting for more clarity on the way forward. We have recently discovered that the two Far Cry games and several Assassin's Creed titles are currently in development. Additionally, we have been informed by leadership about the leadership behind the projects. Announced via Twitter, 3 seasoned leaders have been revealed to carry forward Assassin's Creed's franchise. They will be responsible for driving the Assassin's Creed brand's long-term vision, creative ambition, and continued growth. This right here tells me everything that I don't know. I don't want to know. This is a big fat. I didn't finish Assassin's Creed Valhalla because I don't like Vikings, and also 20 hours in, the game glitched. I got a game-breaking bug. They probably patched it by now, but it's years later. I don't give a fuck. I couldn't continue the story because I got a game-breaking bug. I did not finish Assassin's Creed Japan, which breaks my heart because I really wanted the franchise to go to Japan. The game was cool, but it's just too fucking long. I had 75 hours on that game and I still wasn't done, and I just couldn't bring myself to fucking finish it. But I played more than enough to get an idea about it. My issue with this statement right here is, when does the war end between the Templars and Assassins? The best part about Assassin's Creed from 1 to 3 and the games in between is it was hinting at a war in the modern day between the Templars and Assassins. And at some point it was going to come to an end and there was going to be a conclusion where humanity was saved. I'm just over it. I don't care. I don't care, man. Unless I'm comfortable saying Assassin's Creed is and it pains me to say this because at one point Assassin's Creed was top 5 to me, man. But you lived long enough to become the villain. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, what up, Zuri, was the last one that I thoroughly enjoyed, but I'm comfortable saying after the last 2 games, Assassin's Creed has officially moved into the Call of Duty bracket for me. What that means is, in case you don't know, what I mean when I say the Call of Duty bracket, I'm not promising I will play it. If it looks good, I'll try it. But there was a point in time it didn't matter. From Assassin's Creed 1 to 3, before it was announced, I knew I was playing that shit because the stories was connected. It was an automatic pre-order. This is, I take it on a case-by-case basis. The story better look fire. The gameplay better be innovative. I'm letting it be known right now. I'm tired of these 100-hour open Ubisoft World slop games that are contributing nothing to the story, by the way. Fucking nothing. So when they announce the next one, I'd be like, we'll keep an eye on it, but depends on what. I'm putting it in the bracket of it depends on when it comes out, if I'll play it. We need another good Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs ain't coming back. They killed that shit, bro, with the third game. Brotherhood was peak. Brotherhood was peak. Did y'all see that Crimson Desert has some Brotherhood elements in it? That got me more excited about that. Who got the link? I should have saved that shit, bro. I thought I did. Fuck. There's a you remember in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood when you could send out your foot soldiers, your assassins, and to go do missions? You can do that in Crimson Desert. Let me see if I can find it. Crimson Desert AC Brotherhood. I'm just gonna search those two and see if somebody said it. Yeah, there it is. I found it. Let's see. Crimson Desert has an entire side game where you send members of your clan on missions such as repairing structures around the world or gathering info for the forts. Ba-da-dee-da. Yeah, Crimson Desert might be one of them games. I may or may not be playing it tomorrow. There's a camp you upgrade to like Red Dead 2. Now, will I be doing it? It depends on how fun this shit is. I hate you? What did I do? What did I do? What did I fucking do, man? I didn't do shit, dude. I'm just playing the fucking game, just talking. We just talking about games, chat. I'm rooting for this game. I hope it's really good. It looks good. Bombastic side eye. I miss Sleeping Dogs too. You're never getting another one. The only way we're getting another Sleeping Dogs game is if that movie comes out and it's good and like it sells really well. Then it might reignite the series, but that movie's got to do well, and we don't even know if that's ever coming out. Before the game releases, they better show a full 15 minutes of free roam gameplay. That's pretty much already on YouTube. They dropped a bunch of dev diaries, and then they dropped a bunch of, you can watch gameplay, like 20 minutes of gameplay just running around. That's been on YouTube for a while. What was I about to say? Yeah, I'm hoping it's in the. I'm hoping with Crimson Desert, that's our first Game of the Year nomination. I'm hoping. Other news and no shit news. Saints Row's director believes the franchise is dead. Last year, Chris Stockman, the original designer for Saints Row, told fans that he was working on a pitch to return the franchise to its roots. Now Stockman isn't holding out much hope for a revival and believes the franchise is dead. Stockman made his original remarks on Discord, which have been posted on Twitter. I think the franchise is dead, unfortunately. I get the sense that Embracer has zero ability to do anything with it. I wish things were different. I tried my best to offer a path forward, but they ghosted me. Say it ain't so, man. Say it ain't so. What is this tweet? They ghosted him. He's trying to bring it back. Pitch for now. Can't say one. Guys and girls, I have a hopeful news. I've been asked to create a pitch. Oh yeah, this is back. This is back last year. I remember this news. Yeah, got ghosted is crazy. I mean, the last one did so poorly, but the last one did poorly because like it was just. I don't think it was a horrible game. I think it was just painfully average, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about painfully average games. I'd rather actually play a bad game, like an objectively bad game, like Mind's Eye. Because at least with like something like Mind's Eye, you'll laugh at the glitches and shit. Like you know what you're going into. Versus a painfully mid game like Saints Row. It was an open world game with really generic third person shooting. And the characters were terrible. I didn't understand that shit. It was a gangbanging game with a bunch of Gen Z weirdos. I didn't get it. That game was ass. I don't think it was ass. I just think it was below average. There's levels to shit. Like it was a functional, to me, a game, and this is why I said like we gotta expand our vocabulary. In my humble opinion, a game that's flat out ass is not functional. Saints Row was a functional game. It was just painfully average to below average, meaning like a D if we're talking grades. But like a straight up F, it was a functional game. It just was nothing special about it. Mind's Eye is not a functional game. That is ass, bro. That's what I be trying to say. A lot of y'all never played a bad game, so you don't actually know what one is. So then it comes across like I'm shilling. They're like, nah, y'all niggas don't know what a bad game. Y'all didn't live through that era of fucking movie tie-in games, bro. Like Aquaman and all that other bullshit. Gen Z cosplay gangbangers. Yeah, the story shit was really weird. I didn't get that at all. Just like High Guard. High Guard is a painfully mid below average game, but it is functional. Like it's not the worst thing ever, bro. Crackdown 3 was ass. Crackdown 3 was an ass game. Like that was a terrible era. There is, before we get, I feel like everything nowadays is either an A or like an F. And like, you know, there's levels. There's the B, there's the C, there's a D. I would put Saints Row in the D category. It just because a D is technically passing. It's just barely passing though. You don't want a fucking D though. It means it's functional. But High Guard was the worst, brother. Stop the cap. High Guard was the worst game ever. You haven't played a lot of games then. You see what I mean? You literally just proved my point. It's your first time in the chat. You literally just proved my point. High Guard. You want to die on that hill? You want to die on that hill? Because I can flex my game knowledge on you. Do you want to die on that hill? He said, here we go. He said, no. Exactly. But that's what you said, though. This is why I said, we got to expand our fucking vocabulary, man. We got to expand the vocabulary. You want me to show you some Bubsy 3D gameplay? Oh, brother. Gotta be challenged. Yeah, first chat of things. In other news, we now have some insight into the future of EVO, the world's biggest fighting game tournament. For those unaware, the deal is finished. The Saudi investment group is fully in ownership of EVO. And they released take all my cookies, nigga. They released an article basically talking about what you can expect. For over 2 decades, EVO has been where the fighting game community gathers, our champions rise, and their legacies are cemented. What began in arcade tournaments has become the world's largest offline video game competitions with tentpole events across 3 continents. Now we are evolving again. Community first and always. What EVO's ownership has always known from day one to today is that the community is the root of competitive fighting games. Community is the backbone of EVO's events. It is where EVO's future comes from. And where we're committing our new resources. Beginning later this year, EVO will be working together with the community on the ground level to elevate it and help it grow. We will be dedicating significant resources to locals around the world to help create sustainability for the bedrock of the FGC. We know firsthand that no event grows without local support, EVO included, and we want all events to have locals that can help them grow into the pillars of the community. Translation, you broke ass niggas might not have to get a job. Although I think you should. EVO is setting out to help solve the challenges locals face, from equipment to awareness and player connectivity, permanently. More details will be communicated to our local partners in the community over the coming months. Now, this sounds good, right? So here's what I'm gonna go ahead and say before I even finish the rest of this article. I'm gonna go into this and be fair. Because a lot of people are saying, oh, this shit is dead with the Saudi firm now owning it. Here comes the censorship and a bunch of other bullshit. I'm going to give them 2 years. In the next 2 years, if they don't fuck this up, there might be hope. Well, I'm going to give them the first year a little bit of leniency because this is a big organization, so they got to figure it out. So I'm going to give them 2 years to figure it out. But I will say this is low-key a yellow flag. This looks like a good, we're going to pour all these resources into local tournaments. But then here's the key to the statement, right? They said they're setting out to help solve the challenges locals face, from equipment to awareness and player connectivity, permanently. More details will be communicated with our local partners. Meaning this is not going to be for everybody. Because in my brain, old school, locals means I walk into a mom and pop shop and say, hey, I'm a popular content creator. I love fighting games. Would you be interested in partnering up with me? I post on my socials. Next Friday night, we do a locals at your venue, at your local mom and pop's gaming shop. I bring in business. I'll put up the prize money. It'll be great for both of us. Great PR. That's a local, right? but they said communicated to our local partners, meaning there is going to be a screening process. This is not going to be for everybody, meaning there will be gatekeeping. So by that definition, this is not a local. This is a circuit. Kind of like how Capcom has the Capcom cup or whatever. They're going to have like the little Evo cup where they're going to have different mom and pops who are certified partners. And I guarantee you, in order to be a partner for this shit, you're going to have to give something up. Now, what that is, I don't know, but it'll probably be nothing good. Because at the end of the day, they are giving you resources. So interesting. Said that ass, yo, chill. Bringing Evo to the world. None of our legacy events in the US, Japan, France, or announced events such as Singapore are changing in terms of policies, brand values, or level of investment, format, or expectations. Our goal is quite the opposite: to bring these experiences to more players worldwide and continue to welcome the community from all the countries and backgrounds. Beginning in 2027, Evo will expand into 2 new destinations as part of our long-term commitment to bringing fighting game players together. Soon you'll be hearing more information about Evo touching down in new locations, including Brazil, Morocco, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and China. Great for them for generating more money from a branding standpoint, but I'm not gonna lie, it kind of waters shit down. I don't care what nobody says, guys. If you're not familiar with the FGC, if you didn't win Evo in the United States and maybe Japan, we don't care. France, we don't care. Now, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm giving a little bit of leeway because some of the best players are in Japan, but everybody knows when you say you're Evo champion, we're talking about the American one. That is the biggest one. So I kind of feel like this waters it down. Like saying that you're the Evo champ of Morocco, like who's going to that? Evo Cleveland. That's what I'm saying. Like, and you know this is a money play, right? They're watering the brand down, but this is a money play. Hey, I'm the Evo champ of Ohio. Who cares? Like, that's fucking funny, dude. Unless they change the format to where maybe like these ones, as well as the France and Japan one, are before the US, and in order to qualify for the US, you got to place a certain level here. But then that makes the accessibility go down. I don't know. I think it waters down the brand. But anyways, Evo will be building a new sustainable events that highlight our diverse regional communities around the globe. We're making our mission to ensure fighting game events are available for Generations 2 players. Evo Cincinnati. Announcing a new fighting game world championship powered by Evo. Evo is excited to announce that a part of our next evolution will be hosting a new championship format designed to uncover who is truly the grandmaster of fighting games. Unlike existing world champions, this new format will require competitors to showcase their mastery of multiple fighting games, putting their adaptability, game knowledge, and fighting game fundamentals to the ultimate test. Only by demonstrating next level skills across entire fighting game genres can a player rise to claim the latest championship. That's actually pretty interesting. So almost like a because you know in boxing they have like the undisputed pound for pound champion, kind of like that. So it would probably be like Street Fighter, Tekken, and then maybe another game where you had to be good at all of them. That's interesting. I'll give him that. I'm gonna give him that. I will watch that. I'll give him that. We will be working closely with our publisher partners to determine which titles will be included in this format, and we have more information for you later this year. Additionally, we will be working with the community closely to help identify what modern day titles and legacy masterpiece should represent the breadth of fighting games in this new tournament, with the focus on competitive and not entertainment selections. The only thing I would be worried about with this is, let's say it's, because I can see a world where somebody becomes the Street Fighter 6 champion, but then they also entered this multi-game championship tournament and they end up losing. Like let's say like in Street Fighter, but then they win in Tekken. Do you take the Street Fighter championship away? How does that work? I don't know. Moving forward with conviction. On the back of our latest acquisition announcement, we wanted to immediately share our vision for Evo. We want the community to know that we are here to grow fighting games globally together. This announcement represents only a portion of where you find Evo in the future. These are just the first steps of a long-term vision we are committed to. I feel the final two should have to actually physically fight it out in the ring. I'd watch that. I'd watch that. shit, maybe the halftime show, they could do like celebrity fights and shit. We are incredibly excited about the long-term commitment we can now make to the community, including support for locals, new EVO locations, increased prize pools, new event formats, and the untold opportunities that will arise from them. So, you know, with their new owners, a lot of people are worried that it's going to lose its soul because EVO is the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. I think the only thing that's questionable to me here is the whole partnership thing. How is it determined who's going to be a locals partner? That's what I want to know. How is the gatekeeping going to work? Because if it's a little too gatekeepy, it kind of defeats the purpose of the FGC, which in my opinion is probably one of the most inclusive spaces in the gaming community. If they start locking people out because they don't have enough clout or something like that, then I can see that being problematic. But I do like this new format that they came up with. And that's why I said, you know, I don't like who owns it, but we're going to give them 2 years. 1 is not enough. 2 years is enough time. If in 2 years it's not completely hell, we might be okay. We're going to let it play out. We're going to be fair. We're going to be keeping an eye on EVO. FGC is a little too inclusive. What you mean by that? What about MK1? Who's the champion? Nigga, you the champion. All you got to do is sign up and you top 8. Game sucks. Game fucking sucks, man. They're probably going to bring regionals back and support streams like HOC and TNS. I wonder what support for those streams would look like, because you can't force people to watch, right? So I wonder how they're going to be able. I wonder what's their marketing plan to get more eyes on these streams, right? Hopefully it works out. I'm rooting for it. We don't ever want to see nothing fail, especially because a lot of niggas in the FGC are broke, guys. I don't know if you guys know. Have you ever seen those commercials at 3 a.m. They come on? In the arms of an angel. It be little FGC niggas on that shit, bro. Eating ramen noodles, boogers in their eyes and shit like that. People be thinking it's like little poor kids in like fucking China and Africa and shit like that. No, it's FGC niggas, bro. Down the street. In Vegas, fucking Cincinnati, somewhere in Florida. In the arms of an angel for $2 a day. You can support this nigga and help him get a fucking haircut, because we know them FGC niggas have never had one, bro. Look at this nigga's hairline. Isn't it fucked up? Help him get a new t-shirt and a fresh meal at Evo Make-A-Wish. They need this money, so shout out to them, man. Oh shit. But the FGC folks got crazy, taking their shirts off and screaming and shit. What they got to do with anything? Kind of have a little formula. It's not Evo, but they have something. What's this? Tekken 8 at the EWC 25 champions. Uslan wins 250,000. Okay, big money, big money. It's just a regular tournament bracket. They thought you were about to donate them with that Discord tournament. Fuck no, you're not getting none of my money. This is a regular tournament. We'll see how it plays out. I'm gonna be watching. I like Evo. It's one of the few esports I will watch. I'll put it on the TV whenever it's on during the summertime. It's fun to watch, especially top 8. Top 8 is really fun to watch. Because then afterwards you get all inspired. Then you go get on the game and realize you'll never do that shit and get right back off. Every year it happens. A new Evangelion series is on the way, and the perfect person replaced Hideaki Anno. Perhaps Neon Genesis Evangelion is the gift that keeps on giving, or maybe it's just another money-making franchise that refuses to go away. In any case, the series is coming back with a new anime, and this time, Anno won't be writing the script. His substitute, however, is perhaps the only possible choice that won't make the franchise fans riot. Yoko Taro, the man in a creepy mask behind the popular Nier franchise, which might also have a sequel on the way, will be penning a brand new Evangelion anime as announced during the 30th anniversary event held in Yokohama on February 23rd. There's your info, guys. Any big Evangelion fan? I know there's nothing to do with gaming, but you niggas is anime nerds, I know, so. Oh shit, that's dope. I'm pretty sure this is like 2 years out. It ain't coming anytime soon, but it is coming. As a longtime anime fan, not gonna lie, I never cared for Evangelion. Half the chat about to beat you up, bro. Shout out to Mr. Decan Beats with the subs, appreciate it. Got that butt on you. And then last but not least, Nintendo announces a surprise live stream tomorrow, but it's not a full Nintendo Direct. Nintendo will hold a special live stream tomorrow, Tuesday, February 24th, detailing more information on its upcoming Mario and Pokemon games for Switch 2. So not a big one, but a little mini direct. Not gonna lie, I saw the PS5 pass the Switch 2 in sales. Somebody put it in the group chat, and they were talking about why is that happening. Switch 2's a new console, and I was like, that's an easy answer. The Switch 2 ain't got no fucking games, nigga. What the fuck? You talking about Xbox? That Switch 2 don't got no games either. Like, motherfuckers got quick. They got tired of that open world Mario Kart real quick. The only game that was on there was that Donkey Kong, and that frame rate dropping, so I'm not playing that shit. Neither does the PS5. The PS5 got plenty of games for the average nigga, bruh. You want me to bring up the top 5 games of the last 5 years? GTA 5. They bought it to play GTA 5 up-res. Call of Duty appears twice in certain years. Roblox. There's plenty of games for them niggas to play, bro. I would not be covering this. I don't even know if I'm streaming tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on how I feel and how long it takes for me to get home, because I'm going to an event tomorrow. So, you know, the motion, man. Back at it again. So it's probably like an 80% chance I'm not streaming tomorrow. Just too much motion going on. I'll probably be tired, you know, parlaying and shit. Fucking, you know. You plan on playing Reanimal? Probably not. Yeah. Do you know the motion, man? The motion, man. The motion, man. Do you know the motion, man? At twitch.tv/the Black Hokage. This shit. Anyways. You said RE9 event? No, it's not Resident Evil 9. The Resident Evil 9 event was last week, nigga. Keep up. That was last week.